Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Papa Bale, and welcome to the channel. So what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to hook up the Oscilloscope to the output of the SSG, and we're going to analyze the life out of that. We're going to do it. We're going to do it until the bard says it's been done to death, and he won't do it anymore.
Oh man, good luck. Spikes, man. Doohickey spikes. Doohickey.
Poke. Nah. Alright. So now we just need 2 clips. There's one. And it's red for red. Since I don't have anything to probe, I need to clip. I need to build the probe socket into the structure of the circuit. So you can just stick it in there and it'll be good. Until we get that, we have clips to work with. Alright. And I guess we'll just cannibalize this one from the pot. I'm using a 460 ohm resistor for the 20 gauge and no resistance for the 22 gauge.
No resistance on the 22.
That's the one that's going right now at 3 volts with the external trigger. Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Quick cleanup, real quick. So here we go. We got the Oscilloscope set up. Let's turn it on. So we're getting DC voltage. Let's see if we get any AC voltage. Yeah, we get some AC voltage too. So it's all being funneled through that system right there. Let's go to the Oscilloscope. Oh, we got to turn it on before we get any readings. And let's focus on the meter here as we turn it up slowly. You can see it start to come in right there. And these are all the negative spikes and all that's showing up on here. This is 8 volts in. And 12 volt system. Back it up a little bit. Sweet. Now, it's about 7, looks like 60 to 70. Yeah, we're getting vibrations in the rotor, so I'm going to back it down. But you can see the motion here in the oscilloscope. It's all DC, it looks like. Whoa. We're going to find out what's going on with the rotor here. Huh, might just be this. I don't know. There is a little bit of wiggle room here. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do to fix that is get a dryer sheet, wrap the cube in the dryer sheet, and then shove it in there, and then clip off the excess dryer sheet. That should snug it up a little bit. Be thin enough not to be a problem, and be thick enough to make a difference. All right? Are you? You got a wide angle view?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So I don't have any dryer sheet on me right now. That's stable as stable can be. I'm wondering what, I think it's the magnets jiggling, which isn't good. That is not a good thing. So I'm going to give you a breakdown without turning it on this time. And then I'll fix it, and then we can play with it later. We'd like to first start off by saying this is a pulse motor. It's a DC brushless motor. It's also a tabletop toy. So it's not industrial design, if you get what I'm saying. So no, it's not going to run your house. No, it's not going to power your car. No, it's a toy. It gives you a baseline example of what will happen if you make something like that. So it's laying the foundations for learning how to do it, and maybe doing your own experiments and stuff. Go as far as to say that I'm not a teacher. I'm not going to go as far as say I'm going to teach you how to do this. Somebody taught me how to do it. I picked up on it. I like to share what I know. If you can learn from me, that's great. If not, that's good too. So we got an external 32 gauge trigger at 430 turns. We got a 30 gauge trigger in this coil at 730 turns. There's two separate drives going on here. One's a 20 gauge strand, one's a 22 gauge strand. One's on an SSG gen mode, one is just standardly hooked up without resistance of any kind, or diode, or output. Actually, there's no output hooked up to the transistor currently. So the 22 gauge strand, like when you run them together on the same trigger strand, the 22 gauge strand is dominant because there's no resistance, and the energy follows the path of least resistance. So naturally the 22 gauge strand runs and the 20 gauge strand does not. But when you separate the trigger strands, everything works out, and it's awesome. So we got a 20 and a 22 gauge running simultaneously with an internal and an external trigger, just to have two triggers. And the 22 gauge strand is solely for RPMs, man. Its only purpose is to add speed to the rotor. That's its only purpose. It doesn't even have an output hooked up to it, so it's not there to generate anything. But you can. You can definitely do that. You can hook an output up to it. All right. So, but that's for another video entirely. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out. Have a wonderful day. Please subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.